This just in. The U.S. is being threatened with nukes by a man named Kim with a shitty haircut and bitch tits. Take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, country road. You stupid hoe. Take me home. That was good. Hello and welcome to Here's Your Apology, the #1 show amongst strippers in Portland. I am your host, Nate Wazinski, and with me is Levi. If you do me a favor and smash the like button, as they say, as the children say. Well, not the children. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, who cares what the children say?
Fuck the kid. Don't fuck the kids.
All right, start up.
Hello and welcome to this week's Here's Your Apology, the #1 show among teachers in grade school.
No.
Okay.
No grade school. You're already going down the wrong.
Hello and welcome to Here's Your Apology. I'm your host, Nate. And if you do me a favor and hit the like or subscribe button, it would really help us out. And I would like to continue doing the show. We do it every week. With me is Levi. Levi, how's it going?
Good. Doing good.
It's going good with Levi, everyone.
I went to Seattle this weekend, and I made a discovery that I don't think liberal establishment will be happy with.
Okay, well, it's going to be perfect for this show.
Everybody knows how Seattle is a bastion of left-wing progressivism.
Mm-hmm. It does have that reputation.
The Northwest in general, I think.
Except for Idaho.
We're as left as they come. Do they count as the Northwest?
Mm-hmm.
Idaho?
Oregon, Idaho, and Washington.
That's generous, I think. Giving Idaho Northwest status.
I think they got the sliver.
What about
They got
Montana?
the little boner.
What about Montana?
Nope, not Northwest.
Because it's like right there. Part of the state of Idaho is like further east than the part of the state of Montana.
I don't make the rules.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right.
I'm just the messenger.
Okay, so I was driving through Seattle, and I noticed on Google Maps a street name that was a little problematic. I'm not going to say it because
it was that bad?
I'll let you read it.
Okay. I'll let you read it.
This is in progressive Seattle. Go ahead. If you feel comfortable, say it. I'm not going to say it. What's it say?
Nickerson Street.
Always looking for a way to say it.
You're saying it without saying it. They're all know it. Gotcha.
How can we still say it?
Where you at, Buttigieg? This is what you're talking about. And now I see. You know? Public transit is just racist as they get. You want to name a street?
That street, I'm not even going to say it. You would never, if you live in Seattle and that's where the address was, and you were giving directions to a black person, you would never say,
no,
it's on that street. Why? And why wouldn't you?
I leave the R
off. Because you know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Nickerson.
As soon as there's no way to say it and not feel like you're not saying the N-word.
I'd have him drop me off a block away.
Yeah, or you'd only do
this is it.
Yeah. Like if that's your address and you're giving it to somebody, I'm not the first one to think of this, right? It's clearly
problematic.
It's clearly like the only way to say it is by like just instead of hitting the k, you know? Those are so close in your mouth. The k.
And the ER hits real hard.
Yeah.
Nickerson.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to hit.
Whoa!
You have to make it an ER because you got to hit the sun right after that. Because you can't go a sun. It doesn't flow as well.
Well, yeah, and it also sounds insane in my head. Everybody at home right now is just saying it over and over.
Yeah.
Does anybody even live on that street?
It was a main street. There was an exit for it off of the highway, I'm pretty
Off
sure.
I-5? You're just like...
Or 405. Probably I-5. Yeah, I-5. Yeah.
When are we going to start tackling the real issues?
Yeah. We're knocking down statues, but we're not renaming streets.
Nickerson Street?
Yeah. In Seattle, of all places.
Yeah.
You hate racism.
Yeah.
You talk about how much you hate racism all the time as you're driving down Nickerson Street.
There better not be a Popeyes on that street.
Oh.
There will be some marches, and I'll be a part of them.
I feel like they left it there so that they could get away with just like every once in a while saying it.
Being able to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mayor or somebody lives on that street.
Yeah.
Just so
like,
they can
go down to our offices on,
Nickerson. What was that, boss? Nickerson.
I think everyone should be able to recognize the word within the word.
Then again, maybe it's just fun. We all want to keep it.
I think that's what it boils down to. Is
Even
Seattle isn't as progressive as we thought.
Seattle.
I've heard them say there's
is
too many.
alt-right.
I've heard them people who live there say there's too many Asians that live there.
I've heard that too.
Have you heard that from
Yes.
people who live up there?
Yes.
Just saying, they're not as progressive as you would think up here in the Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Down here in Portland,
Yeah.
there are neither black nor Asians. So.
That's why. That's why Stop the Asian Hate wasn't a thing in Seattle.
Yeah.
They were like, don't stop it. Just slow
Just
it down
like,
a little.
Let's just rename a street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ching Chong Street.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. On Small Dick Ave.
Yeah. On Rice Paddy Court. So funny.
So, it was a good trip. Besides that.
Jeez, besides all that triggering.
Yeah.
Going through Seattle.
But let's get down to figuring out these issues that we got going on in the world.
Okay.
Because as experts in nothing, our opinions matter. And
I feel like two dads talking to their kids about life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like
to our best of our understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're only I didn't understand until I was a father that my dad didn't know shit and he was just passing it along with like confidence. And I'm like, oh, like just absorbing it. Like, oh, this is how the world works. And you get older and you're like, Dad was full of shit.
He's like, well, why'd you have so many freaking questions?
Yeah.
Like, what
I didn't know what to do.
Say? I don't know.
Yeah. You want me to look stupid?
Yeah.
You just want me to be stupid in front of my son?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm going to give you an answer and let you fucking figure it out when you're 28 and crying.
Whether I was right or not.
Yeah.
So Korea, North Korea,
Son, the Koreans.
the Northern Koreans are making some threats, as they do. They've been known to make some threats.
Yeah.
Apparently, 800,000 of their citizens have volunteered to fight the U.S.
What's their population?
I don't know, but also don't know why they want to fight us.
They don't.
Like,
They're just scared of dying in North Korea.
well,
Do you want your family to eat?
Kim Jong Un. That's
Join the military.
his name, right?
Kim Jong Un.
I never know when I say it. Even when I say it right, I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
Okay. He.
Kimberly Jong Un.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Un. That's
Yeah.
a long name.
It's prestigious.
He is making threats with nukes, saying he wants to nuke the U.S. Does he have that capability? Remains to be seen. Highly doubtful. But 800,000 people in the North Korean
Whatever.
country, province, province sounds better. I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
But country
of North Korea.
they're all volunteering because they don't know better, Let's be honest.
Yep.
They don't know better.
Yeah, and they're also being threatened.
Yeah. And they think that Kim Jong Un is Jesus Christ. Like, he's second coming. I'm pretty sure.
Gee.
Yeah. So those people, 800,000 of them, have volunteered to fight us.
Okay, so walk this, because this is really, really funny to me, like the whole logistics of this.
Have you seen the North Korean military parade videos? Where
Yeah.
they're kicking each other in the balls.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm a super soldier. They're breaking bricks.
It's like they watched-
We figured that trick out a long time ago.
Yeah, they watched a high school assembly,
Yeah.
and that's what their whole
Bending metal bars around their heads.
ripping a phone book in half, that whole trick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they got 1 million of their citizens to volunteer?
I think it was mandatory.
Okay, so it was mandatory.
Mandatory
What do you
volunteerism.
What do you think that they're showing them about? Because all
Right,
of
that's
their
what I'm saying,
media, all of their internet is controlled by the government, right? So they only see what the government wants them to see.
Exactly.
100%. So when they say you're going to go fight these guys, what do you think Kim Jong Un and the government shows them about Americans?
Yeah.
What do we look like?
What's the reason that someone would want to lay their life down to come fight us?
Yeah.
When you own this little part of land in the world, why would we want to fight you? And
Right.
what threat are we to you? We're
Right.
not. You can have it.
Yeah.
No one's trying to take North Korea from you.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do? What do you think that you're doing, volunteering for,
They're going to get the U.S. But it'd be funny if Kim Jong Un was showing just pictures of Americans and we're emaciated and small, like the pre-Captain America before he went into the chamber thing. And then they actually get over here, land on U.S. soil and fucking see a Texan. And he's 2 Koreans tall.
Yeah.
And the Texan just fucking cuts him
Kicks
in
him
half.
in the balls.
Kicks him in the fucking balls. The Korean withstands it, but then he punches him.
Absorbs it, and he's like, I've been preparing for war.
I prepare.
It says, North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has called on his country to be ready to launch a nuclear attack to deter war, as he accused the U.S. and South Korea of carrying out military drills within American nuclear assets, according to state media.
No, eat shit, Kim.
What does that even mean?
Nothing. He's dumb.
He has any say where we do test our nukes? He's like, guys, get ready. They're testing their nukes, and if they keep doing that, I'm gonna press the button. We're gonna send them the nuke we got.
The button I've been talking about?
Yeah.
They do one more exercise and pushing it.
I told them, stop it. I said, stop it.
Stop it.
If we're not allowed to play with our nukes, neither are you. At least not near us.
If we can't launch them, if we can't get them off the ground, you're not allowed to practice. It's unfair.
Yeah. So it feels like there's not... Yeah, what would the North Korean people think they're volunteering into?
Yeah, who do they think they're fighting? When they get over here and they find that they're fighting monster humans, they've never seen anybody other than North Koreans.
You think they would try to invade?
Oh, I think China and Russia are going to try and convince North Korea that they're the ground troops. You guys got a ton of people.
Listen, you go, we'll be right behind you.
Yeah, but you send your people in first because, they don't know anybody.
They're the most trained.
They're like the bowling pins of humans.
No, the Russians and the Chinese are trying to convince them. So they're talking them up. They're after seeing the kicking the balls and
you guys can take kicks.
And the metal around your head. They're like, listen, your soldiers are obviously the best trained.
Far superior.
You go first. And we'll come clean up whatever's left after you destroy. It's like when you're about to jump into cold water and then you count to 3 and then they go.
Yeah.
And then you don't go.
You're just like, I ain't going.
So North Korea's thinks that they're leading the charge into the U.S. They pull up onto our beaches and they try to invade. and thinking Russia's right behind them and then never show up.
Yeah. Dude, they show up at like Cocoa Beach and just get slaughtered by Cubans. It doesn't even make the news, but North Korea's gone. They're done because they don't have males to reproduce.
The military didn't even have to like get involved
at all.
Yeah.
The local police didn't even need to get involved.
They just pulled up in Florida.
Just done.
The citizens took care of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone showed up with a cannon. It was wild.
Yeah.
Fully automatic weapons, fucking wiped them out in like half an hour. It was amazing.
Yeah. 800. There were 800,000 of them.
1 million, huh?
Wow. Honestly, went quicker than I would have expected.
Yeah, it was very fast. Their whole navy, really. We took their whole navy.
There's no more North Korean men. That was all the men.
All of them.
Wow.
I think they caught one. I'll go check, but the frat, I think on Miami Beach caught one. So there might be one left we can send back. I saw some
photos. They're just like the kid who like needs attention every once in a while. So they say something that they threaten to kill themselves.
Yep.
But they're never.
Okay. Yeah.
They're never.
I can see that.
You know.
That's it. I've had it with this world. They always post vaguely on social media, so so people will act concerned and they feel cared for.
Yeah.
But then after a while, it's like
goodbye, everyone.
Do it.
That's it. And it's like, are you deleting your socials or are you killing yourself? We got to know what one it is.
No, it's just signing off for the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's no one posts that.
Yeah.
You've never posted that before.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've signed off
just
for the night?
Attention.
Yeah.
Listen, if you need to talk, I'm always here for you.
Yeah. Or the North Korea could also be like the cocky homeschool kid. You know, like he doesn't know how the world works, but he's confident that he fucking does.
Yeah. Because he got A's.
Yeah.
You know, like, and passed the state test the only other time that he interacted with other students.
And he's also the only kid in his school that slept with his teacher.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like, we'll wipe them out. There's 1 million of us. I know how war works.
They grab a phone book.
Rip. They don't know it's made of the finest paper. That's not a real phone book. Did you not see that? Did you not see it? All right.
Come at me, bro. Oh, you got normal soldiers? Show him the thing with the...
Yeah.
Bend the middle around his head.
And then we just fucking blow his head off.
How many soldiers you got can do this?
Yeah. That's so funny to think about that. Them showing up and trying to do illusions.
Doing like
flips and shit.
I'm going to punch through 10 of these pavers.
We're just like... They step off the boat and the first thing they do is set up bricks.
Ching, ching, ching.
While laying on spikes. Yeah. So funny. And then our soldiers just blow their head off.
Yeah. It would be great. I mean, the stuff that they wheel through North Korea in those parades.
The first North Korean guy to get like his stomach blown off, and then his buddies are all looking like that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen.
He's been eating metal for 5 months.
Yeah.
It was supposed to protect him. They're basically in a giant cult, you know?
Oh, Superman can die.
Their cult leader, Kim Jong Un, Jesus Christ, reincarnate, whatever. He could tell them whatever is true and they believe it. I feel like that's what it is over there.
Well, they have to. There's no other.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why it's a cult. Like, they're willing to die for whatever he tells them is true.
Yeah. Even if they're not willing, they're willing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When they get over here, we just start like reality sets in. They see their friend get his shoulder blown off by a whatever.
Yeah. It's like
they're like,
it's like when the Jonestown cult started killing themselves, and then other members started to realize they're not getting in that spaceship. We're just, this is it.
I was gonna wait till I saw the blinking lights before I drank mine.
Yeah. And who called dibs on last?
Yeah.
Like any cleanup? I'll do cleanup.
Yeah.
And then I'll make sure, we got the lights out.
Yeah.
And-
I'll get the dishes, but I'm not touching anything else.
Yeah.
Jonestown.
That's what it's like over there. It's like they're just following their leader to like whatever he's promised them, probably. Because they don't know any better, which I don't blame them. But it's a bummer that we're going to have to
I blame them.
whoop them if they do anything with the nuke, you know? I feel like I don't even know what a North Korean looks like.
A South Korean.
Probably.
Or someone from China.
But like,
Or Japan.
yeah, it looks like a South Korean who was a Jew in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know?
Pre-Holocaust, you mean? Or like that survived?
Like concentration camp
Yeah.
Koreans.
Yep. That's what they look like. Yeah. Like if you took a Korean.
They're living in squalor.
Yeah. If you took South Korea and microwaved it on high for like 15 seconds, that's North Korea. That's what they all look like.
Uh-huh.
A little melted.
Yeah.
A little frailer.
And like people who have been living in a cult,
A little more obedient.
Yeah.
Probably a better society.
But like more childlike, you know? I mean, they're figuring out nukes apparently. Whatever scientist they kidnapped is figuring out nukes for them.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, they had to kidnap a scientist to get this stuff off the ground. Let's be honest.
You think?
You think they just figured it out?
No, I mean.
If we had a cult of 1 million people, you think we could figure out how to build a nuke? With no outside help? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, no.
Yeah, so
we're way smarter than North Koreans.
They had to steal something. Exactly.
Not even close.
That's what I'm saying. Even with the internet, I couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Write me yeah. So I don't think, that's why I highly doubt their capabilities. No outside help. You just figured out. You saw. No, you heard. Because have you ever seen a real nuke?
No.
Exactly. Neither have they. So they've heard. They heard that we have something called a nuke and what it does. And they're like, so do we.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to make one too. And so they go and they try to make one just based off of the idea that they exist.
Yeah. It looks exactly
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the World War II nuke, but it's just a metal thing.
The casing.
Yeah.
There's nothing inside.
It makes that
It's
noise.
just filled with...
like a whistle on it or something. It shoots like 65 feet off the ground before it just tumbles back to the ground and kills 4 people.
Yeah.
4.
But just by the weight of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Killed Bill and Kim and Kim and Kim.
Yeah. But Bill is the real loss because he's the one who thought up the science.
He was a scientist.
Behind. Yeah. He's one of the kidnapped scientists.
We need a new Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a new Bill.
Bill Gates? Can somebody?
Bill Gates. They're like, all right, give us a bomb. And he's like, I program computers. They're all,
You're the
they just
richest
kill
guy,
him.
smartest guy in the world.
Yeah. But you're the smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'm the most evil. They're like, you're the most evil?
No, we're the most. Yeah.
This guy, and they point at Kimberly.
Yeah.
He's like, that's me. I'm the most evil guy. And then they just, who do they kill? Who do they pick? Does Bill Gates become the new leader? They kill Kim? Bill Gates is the new leader of North Korea.
I don't know how North Korea became North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Was it all one Korea at one point? Like North and South, it was just Korea?
I think so.
And then it was like, no, we're splitting it here, North, South.
I think so.
And then they became their own thing?
I have no idea.
Because it feels like the, what's it called? The civil rights inhumane issues that are going on in North Korea should be South Korea's problem.
Right. You would think South Korea would beat the shit out of North Korea.
Yeah, like if you know that's going on, like imagine America got split into 2 sections. And in one section, everybody was being abused. You knew it. And there's some guy who's just like ruining everything. Wouldn't you try to like save people from there. I
Yeah.
feel like nobody ever gets out of North Korea.
Like very rarely.
Very rare.
And then they come to America and get a
And they're
spot
like,
on Rogan.
It sucks.
It really sucks.
It sucks. Don't go there.
Yeah. Yeah. They come here and they're just like overwhelmed with all the freedom and shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But like, whose job is it to free those people? Or do we just let them continue to live in that?
Yeah, is there a South Korean Harriet Tubman?
It shouldn't be as America's job to like constantly keep Korea in check, right?
Right. You would think at some point.
Wouldn't the Korean people want to save their people?
Right.
If it was America split into two, we would be trying to save the other people, I feel like. Mission Impossible, this thing.
It's not that hard, South Koreans.
They're using tech from the 80s. Let's be honest. They don't even got iPhones over there.
Yeah.
They're on radio. You could just be like, okay, I'm here. Go ahead and leave for the day. And then just sneak it, you know?
Yeah, you speak the same language.
Yeah.
You, like, look exactly like the other guys. Like, sneak the fuck in.
Starve yourself for like a month and then go walk over the border and they'll be like, come back. You know, they'll think you left.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But again, their problem. If America is the one that has to constantly step in to like help North Koreans, we don't help North Koreans, do we?
No.
Nobody does. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we just went, oh, you want to do what with your country?
Have fun.
All right.
Everyone is.
Do you have oil?
But then, yeah.
No?
But then at the same,
do what you want with your country.
At the same time, we're like, they're the worst. He's the worst dictator. Look at this. Look at all this bad stuff he's doing. But we're just like, can't believe he's doing that. You know?
Yeah.
Someone should stop him. And then South Korea is like, yeah, somebody should stop them. Because that's not right. The way that they're living in North Korea is not right. Somebody should stop them.
Yeah, I'm not normally a judgmental Korean.
Yeah.
I'm just saying how they're living isn't right. Someone should stop them.
I don't know who or how. And I wouldn't even dare to speculate.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Ukraine.
Yeah. Because, yeah, we're constantly, like, pointing to them as threats, but doing nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they're not seemingly that threatening. When I went to Sweden, I was at a random store buying something. Mm-hmm. And the cashier, some Swedish girl, and this was when Trump was president. Mm-hmm. So, like, everybody asked you, what do you think of Trump, right? And most of the time I was just like, oh, I don't.
Love it.
Yeah. I don't think about it. Like, we just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? That was kind of our attitude while we were traveling. Like, if someone asked, it was just like, oh, you know, yeah, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me, you know? But this girl was like, I'm so afraid that he's gonna start a war with North Korea, and I'm like, what are you afraid of? You live in Sweden. If America goes to war with North Korea, where are you connecting the dots that you're in you're in trouble at all?
You're still gonna have your cheese. Shut up.
No one's coming up here because it's too cold.
Sweden.
Like North Korea's like, and once we conquer the U.S., we're hitting Sweden.
Sweden, you're next. Like a WWE promo, you know? Like,
first of all, they're not going to conquer the U.S. Like, Sweden has got nothing to worry about for North Korea. But this was the thing that she was like, because I wasn't giving her what she wanted, which was just like talking bad about America to, you know, like, we voted for Trump and blah, you know? And so she was like raising the level of concern to like, but aren't you afraid of war? You know, I'm like,
I want war.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about Trump. Don't really care about any of this. And she's like, but what if we go to war with North Korea? You know? And I'm just like, and then the girl who I was with, who was also Swedish, was like, that girl was
Oh.
Weird. Like, she shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Like, it was crossing the line for Swedes because Swedish people keep to themselves.
As they should.
All right, let's move on. We kind of glazed over it already, but Donald J. Trump is supposed to be getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's going to happen for real? Or do we call BS on this one?
I'm going to call BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distraction from inflation. That's what I heard.
Distraction from inflation?
Or
like, and everything.
From everything?
Yeah, it's just like a fuck.
From all the numbers being way higher than they need to be right now.
Could somebody arrest Trump?
Like housing, stock,
gas,
crypto, whatever.
They're printing more money, fucking getting threatened with nuclear war.
Let's arrest Trump for all this.
Fucking arrest him. Find something.
So are they powerful enough to arrest a former president of the United States? That's the question.
If they wanted to absolutely dismantle the country in like a week.
You think?
I think so.
That's what the reaction would be?
I think that would be the start. I don't think it would.
Do you think the Trump star has burned out at all?
I don't know what that really means,
like,
other than
it's not 2016. It's not even 2020.
Right. I don't think people.
Numbers.
It's not. I don't think it's about the dude. It's about the principle of everything. Like, Trump represents something to conservatives, right?
But at the same time, I feel like he's easy to alienate and to like villainize. And so even to the people who are like, yeah, well, he got some good conservative policies done while he was in office. But then when it comes to the person, he's being arrested for some crime. I mean, he says some things sometimes that I don't agree with. I feel like that's the attitude. And they're like fine with him getting arrested versus like the policy, like being passionate about what he did as a president because they see him as the person.
Right.
And they're like, our actions have consequences.
You're right. That's what they're saying now, but I think, I mean, it is so unprecedented that like they're arresting a former president for such petty, an unarrestable crime. Like, you wouldn't arrest anybody else for this fucking crime.
And it's an NDA crime?
It's like an NDA disclosure violation or some shit like that. We should probably look it up. But yeah, the DA in Manhattan, said he was going to arrest Trump. They started getting like prepared for protests and shit. By getting the barricades and stuff out. And it's pretty wild. So I mean, I don't know.
I feel like if they do anything, it's provocation by the Democrats.
For sure.
And it's trying to provoke violence.
Yeah, because that's what they're talking about.
Let's be honest.
That's what they're talking about now.
What are they gonna if they're riling up the crazies, right? Either side. They both know how to rile up the crazies on the left, the crazies on the right. Let's do something to Trump that will rile up the crazies on the right. We already know they'll like run through the Capitol if we open the doors for them. Yeah. And so it's like, let's do something else for them to get them revved up, Yeah. It just feels like almost like that is the first punch. They easily just not arrest him for anything, and it would be he's not like a threat to society.
Yeah, sure.
But they're doing it to throw the first punch because they know that the response is going to be something they can be like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
We're just doing what is best and legal.
Yeah.
For the country. We would do this to anybody. And this is how you react?
Yeah.
They're a threat. You're the danger,
Then you're like, what about Bill Clinton? And they're like, what about ism? What about isms?
Yeah.
That's a what about ism?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
or
no
they're
shit.
like conflating two completely different things. Like, you're not allowed to compare anything.
Yeah, anymore.
Yeah, because it's like you're conflating two different things. And it's like, no, actually there's some lines to be drawn between these two dots. I hate arguing with that type of person because it's like, you're not giving me any examples.
They attack your structural.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare those two things.
Yeah, and I'm like,
no, hold on. We're having a discussion about these two things. Like this is something.
yeah, they don't have like the intellectual honesty
Mm-hmm.
to see what I'm saying, the comparison I'm making, even
Sure.
a little bit. They're not even willing to give it to me a little bit because it's like, no, that's offensive.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah, but it's also the same as what you're saying,
Instead,
but just in a different scenario.
Yeah, even saying like, okay, I see what you're saying. I see where the lines are drawn in between these two things. Here's where I disagree with the lines that you drew.
Yeah, I've had so many conversations with people that are like arguments where it's ended in them being like, well, that's offensive. I'm like,
yeah?
Is it wrong though?
Yeah.
Is it wrong?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's offensive.
Yeah. It's like you can be offended at someone, but you can't tell them why they're wrong.
Exactly.
There's something stupid about you.
And that's what I want. Like, if you're offended, okay, then explain it to me. What don't I get? And they can't because they'd rather harp on the fact that I said something mean or offensive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the person who is like, you can't compare those two things. It's like, you're not even trying to see something from someone else's perspective.
Right.
You already know what you believe, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like it's pre-programmed because you could come up with another analogy or even a different way to attack their argument altogether, and they're not going to listen to a fucking word. They're just going to go, look, it's nothing like that story. Or look, those figures, where did they come from? What source did you... okay.
Because anybody can make up any type of statistic. Yeah.
Those are the same fucking people who are still wearing...
Which website did you Google that from?
Yeah, still wearing a mask while driving alone.
Yeah.
Or walking their fucking dog.
Or they try to like villainize you because you watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that's the funniest thing to me. Is like, they're like, oh, well, I don't get my news from YouTube. It's like,
yes, you do.
MSNBC is on YouTube, you know?
Where do you get your news?
Literally all the news stations also have a YouTube page. Oh, well, I don't get my news from YouTube. It's like, I could understand that if you said Twitter, right? I don't get my news
Facebook.
from Twitter. Like, Twitter is a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you're getting your news on Twitter, you're in a bubble, you know?
Love
YouTube
Twitter.
Literally has all the networks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Clips from everything go onto YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no like bias on YouTube. Like, oh, someone who gets their news from YouTube is obviously right wing. You know?
Yeah, that's a weird card to pull. Is the like source card?
Right.
What are you, a fucking research?
You're wrong because of where you get your news.
But is the news that I told you wrong?
Exactly.
I could be like, I got it from Bibbidi Bobbidi down the street.
Yeah.
And is it right or wrong is the point.
Right.
Is it right or fucking wrong?
Like, well, sorry, I don't listen to just randoms when it comes to the news.
Okay, well.
CDC. Who?
Yeah.
Government entities.
Sources we trust.
And it's hard to like convince those people not to trust those sources because they do so wholeheartedly. And like,
it's a religion, dude.
And like, I don't so wholeheartedly that it's like, doesn't compute to me when it's someone's like, well, this is what the experts say. And then I try to be like, yeah, but have you ever thought about it another way? And they're like, that's not the way because they said it's not the way.
Right.
Okay.
It is such a weird fucking time. And I know that's so cliche to say. Everybody says it all the fucking time on every media. It's such a weird time. Yeah, no shit. Because you have people who are being called conservative conspiracy theorists who are neither.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're both. But everybody other than like crazy left-wing crystal licking witches and fucking purple sideburn pedophiles or kid chasers, whatever, maps, they're like the ones that are right in you're right on everything, really. You're batting a fucking 1,000. Well, why are you living in cardboard box?
I know
your name is Razor.
I was thinking about that, how like for a long time in society, they were able to just like say, this is what this word means. And everyone was like, oh,
all right.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to, But then when it comes to like women having to accept transgender men women in their spaces.
Yeah.
Now there's finally some pushback to almost to the extent where like even liberal people are like we gotta push back against this.
Yeah.
This is going a little too far.
Yeah. Well, it's only a matter of time before I'm going to have to go back to the men's room. They're going to ask me to leave at some point.
I went to OMSI.
Yeah. The science place.
Center. Yeah. We went to the planetarium, watched some like screensaver thing. It was cool. But they have multi-gender bathrooms or all gender bathrooms.
That's beautiful.
It was
shit together.
Very uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Because when I was there, the only other 5 people that were there were women. So I'm in the stall. I go to the bathroom. I hear this lady constantly checking on her daughter. Cindy, are you okay in there?
She's fine.
Are you okay?
You should have answered.
Yeah.
You should have answered for
Are
her.
you okay in there? And she's like, yeah. And then she comes out, and then I come out, and then there's like 4 other women in there as I'm washing my hands.
And they're all just staring at you.
I felt so uncomfortable. I was like,
it's because you're a
how
bigot.
is this fixing it?
Because you're uncomfortable. We're making men uncomfortable. Make men uncomfortable again.
What is the scenario where a transgender person is comfortable in the bathroom? Because this ain't it. If it's all women or is it if it's all men? Like if a transgender person walks out of this bathroom and there's 5 women, are they comfortable? Or if they walk out and there's 5 men, are they comfortable? Does this solve the problem for them? No. It's uncomfortable because you don't get to choose if you go into the all genders bathroom and which gender's already in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
I walked in and it was all women. What if
Lucky you.
What if a transgender person walks in and they wish it to be, they identify as a woman.
It's all men.
All men.
Then all the men get arrested.
The problem didn't get solved. You're still in a bathroom with all dudes. It doesn't matter if it's an all gender bathroom. It's the same as if you'd have walked into a men's bathroom. Just like when I walked out of the stall, it was the same as if I'd have walked into a women's restroom. Like,
did you take a shit?
No. I probably
you should
have. I mean, I felt like I needed to, but I was like, I can't. I could barely pee. It's hard for me enough for me to pee in a men's room with a dude standing next to me. No, I didn't do it. But, it's hard to pee when there's someone right next to you.
Girl.
I hear this lady talking to her child through the freaking stall, and I'm standing there like, come on. I gotta pee. Like, come on. Shut up. I need concentration, Are you okay in there? I shouldn't have to hear this.
Yeah.
That should be in a different bathroom.
Yeah. If you want to put men and women together, like put the breastfeeding station inside the men's restroom.
There's better ways.
Yeah. As long as I don't have to hear like Cindy checking on her kid.
Yeah. It didn't solve the problem. Like, if anything, it made it more uncomfortable. The women who I walked into the room were also uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, okay, well, if transgender people need to have to be uncomfortable in the bathroom that they choose, then everybody has to be uncomfortable. Because that's ultimately what this unisex bathroom did. It made everybody in it uncomfortable.
For sure. Tonight's apology goes to them Koreans who are about to get bodied by the fucking U.S. boys. Probably in Cuba or wherever you fuckers land. You're going to get absolutely tore up. And then we're going to go over to North Korea where your mama hen, Kimberly, lives. And we're going to rip her baby tits off her body, off her soft skinned little body. I really want to apologize to every North Korean child who has never seen a boobie, but is going to, their first experience at seeing tits is going to be their supreme leader's boobs when some U.S. Marine is just hounding, just grinding on them. And we also apologize that it only took 50 Cubans in Florida to take to take out all 800,000 of you.